One of the first pieces that I made is a teddy bear. So the teddy bear is my iconic piece, I would say. I went to LACMA with my wife, and I see these stars coming out from the ground. And my first instinct was to dip something inside of that black thing. If you just dip this in tar, this is all melt, this is come down. So it's taken me 2.5 years to find the right gloss and to develop a technique, to invent a technique to do that.
How do you feel people received it the first time you showed it in a gallery?
It was like everyone started to read in a dark way, because a teddy bear in tar is related with the oil, with the political thing. But for me, actually, it's not that. A teddy bear is something that you have when you're a kid, and is the most important thing that you have. And you're carrying, you live with that, you sleep with that. And at one point, you know what? I don't need anymore. And you trash. And you trash part of your history, part of your journey. So my idea is like to take back that object, that particular icon, and frozen in a way that you can keep with you, and you don't lose part of your history.
How is your process, your creative process?
Well, from the initial point, they're very spontaneous, and they're real fast little pencil drawings. I go in and start playing with that, with these chicken scratches, and crop them and skew them to create sort of like something that looks interesting to me in terms of maybe like a compositional. I spend a lot of time, working on the balance and the proportions, and I know that they're all a little off, but that interests me. But I don't have a prescribed reaction or emotion or anything that I intend for anyone to get from the work, but I am interested in how they function. In making them, I work really close to them, and there's a lot of things that go on with the color when you're staring at it an inch apart for hours on end, just like being very precise, making the work.
About 6-7 years ago, I went home for Christmas, and my dad had purchased a handgun. And he said, "Do you want to go shoot it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I haven't been to a firing range since I was a kid." So I went, and the targets were laying all over the range, and I immediately connected to them. I immediately saw them as something I could work with in art. I'm very process intensive with all the work. It basically starts with the making of the targets, and that just entails going to the range. I'll go usually for an hour or two and shoot 20, 30 targets. I have a 9mm Glock and a 40 caliber HK. And then when I'm done, I'll bring them back to the studio. Coming in contact with the targets and falling in love with them as a base medium for all my work really gave me a voice that I didn't have before. Prior to that, I was really doing a lot of abstract work, and it was more decorative than anything else. It was satisfying to do, but I really never felt like I had any kind of a political voice, and the targets, they lend themselves to all types of metaphors, so it's been really great. I also don't have that feeling anymore of like, there's something else. There's gotta be something else, that's gone. This is it, and what else can you ask for? I'm living my dream, When people tell me that, I'll have friends, hey, you're living the dream, and it's like, my first response is like, yeah, that's kind of cheesy, but you know what? It's true. I'm basically living out what I dreamed for myself, so.